Now, on this one, we're going a lot deeper. We're going to talk about the most likely outcome for your life as a gay, bisexual dude who deals with men primarily. All right, let's go.
Hey.
So what do you want?
Trip.
So the video that I'm going to show y'all that is a template for what I'm talking about. This illustration, them talking about how it is for women turning 30 and what options they have after that just from turning 30, because it's very similar to the gay experience. So let's go.
Hi, are you 29?
Yes.
Okay, so you're here to purchase the 30 package? Great. Which one are you interested in?
Would you be able to give me some information on it?
Yeah, absolutely. I can go over them with you. So with package number 1, you're going to have a really good paying job. Like, you're going to be able to survive, but you're also going to have terrible anxiety and really bad back pain.
That sounds terrible. Am I going to have a boyfriend?
It comes with about 2 dates per year, and they're all going to suck.
No, I think I'll pass.
No, not that one. Okay. So with package number 2, you're going to be able to buy a house, but your taxes are going to go up like a ridiculous amount every single year to where you're going to have to work about 3 jobs. So by the time you turn 40, you're going to have been so exhausted that you forgot you didn't have kids. So now you're going to have your first kid at 40, but you'll have to buy that package later.
Absolutely
No.
not.
Okay. We're running out of options. We only have 4 packages. Okay, so let's see what I can do about package 3, because that one is... Okay, so you are going to have a boyfriend in package 3. He's not going to treat you very nicely, and it's going to take you about 3 or 4 years to realize it. And then when you do realize it, then he's going to propose to try and manipulate you into staying. Is that something that you're interested in?
What's the job
With
situation?
this one, you have a decent paying job, but you do have to do some side work.
Ugh, really?
Yeah, just because you're not going to be able to. Nobody can work one job anymore, sweetie. It's just not going to happen.
Is there an option to be like a sugar baby or something?
Oh, no, we don't have sugar baby options anymore. They want the 20s. Yeah, that's something you would have had to purchase in the 20s. Yeah.
Seriously?
So you don't want package number 3?
No, not at all.
Okay, we only have 1 package left. So package number 4 is not too bad. A lot of people don't like it because you are single for the most part. But you do have a good paying job. You have a house. You have 2 dogs. And let's see if we can do some add-ons. Do you like to travel?
Yes, I love it.
Okay, so let's add some traveling on here for you. Okay, let's add some traveling on there for you. You are not going to have a social life when you're home. All your fun is going to be had abroad. Let's see. Okay.
Maybe I just don't want to choose one.
Yeah, you have to choose one. You have to choose one. You can't turn 30 without choosing a package.
What happens if
you don't choose one today, somebody will break into your house the night before you turn 30, and they're going to basically hold you at gunpoint until you decide.
Okay, so let me play her real quick. So just like she ran down her what all the packages is of options of lifestyles to go down and choose from, for women hitting 30, I'm going to say that this is equivalent to, or almost equivalent to, men getting past 35 to 40. I'll say that. As a gay bi man in this current lifestyle. Here's the deal. Package number 1. We got... Okay, so package number 1 would be you as a gay man, all right, with another man, or you prefer men. I'll say that because bisexuals who prefer women, this won't apply. You settle down, you find a partner, you settle down, y'all either get married, have some kids, or y'all just decide to stay together. Other, have each other, actual partnership reasons like living, paying bills, going on trips, experiencing life together, and no telling the sky could be the limit. Y'all could literally become rich. I mean, we have so many blessings when it comes to us getting in relationships, especially in today's economy, because we don't have children unless we want them. So when we do get them, we'll be ready because we won't be able to get them unless we're ready. You know what I'm saying? We can really just have a very fulfilled life that's very abundant, full of love, happiness. That's the package number one. That's the best one. Package number two. You can have a relationship, but it might be toxic. Or I'm going to just put it this way. The second option will be a toxic relationship. You will be miserable most of the time. You'll have some good moments. They also may want to have a third party enter the relationship. So they may want to be poly at some point. So you may want to be prepared for that. A lot of betrayal, a lot of crying, a lot of feeling less and feeling like shit. And just basically you're going to be also cheating to get back at him, and y'all going to break up and get back together, and it's going to just be toxic. All right. So in this lifestyle, you may have a friend or two or a couple family members that you also mess with, but that'll be pretty much the end on that. All right. Package number three. What package number four was for what she said, which is the rich auntie package. You can have the rich gunkle package.
It's always going to be comparison, but they got to understand we live a totally different life. I don't have kids. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't have to go as hard. Like, I'm straight. I'm good. Mm-hmm. I'm more than good. So it's like, when I feel like it, I do. And when I don't feel like it, I don't.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to call you back. Oh, Lord.
Where you single, but you got enough money, you're settled. Well, I'll say you got enough success going for yourself that you have enough money to travel, do what you please for the most part. You'll have, all your C's, car, crib, career, and you'll be able to, have a pretty decent life, but it'll be very bleak and lonely a lot of the time. You'll be getting used a lot by dudes for your body. You'll also be expected to trick off on dudes at this point. And if you don't, they're going to look at you crazy like, well, what was the point of you even trying to talk to me for? And yeah, it's going to be pretty shallow. So you might want to get you some friends, have you a nice solid friend group. And if you can be close to your family, that'd be good as well. But not having any friends or family in this option is not necessarily gonna lead to a decent life. It'll be very lonely otherwise, okay? Now, package number 4. You're still single. However, you also have not done the inner work and worked on yourself enough to where you can overcome your trauma and you don't really become successful. So you could be living at your mom's or your, some other family member's house who does accept you for your sexuality. 9 times out of 10, guys who live like this, they have family and people who will take them in. Like, they don't have to take life too serious, and that's the reason why they're in the position that they're in, because most gay men who know that they have to depend on themselves, they tend to be falling into the other options up until this point. So that means that you have pretty much been a flunky, did not do the work financially, emotionally, so you'll stay home. Scared to leave the nest because, it's scared in the real world and you're used to being coddled for the most part. So you will stay home, probably wait till moms and them, grandma or whoever you stay with passes along. Hopefully they'll leave you something so that you can have a house that you can just live in for the rest of your life, or you'll be kicked to the curb at that point, forced to have to learn how to start from scratch like we all did, or the majority of us did at 19, 20, 21 years old. And you'll be starting at scratch at that age, 35, 40 some years old, just beginning to learn and figure it out. And this will cause you to definitely end up single, because most guys are going to look at you like you haven't done enough for them to find trustworthy enough to be in a committed relationship with. They'll probably just come through smash. You'll be a fuck boy getting fucked on a bunch of times by different dudes, and nobody's going to really cuff you. So you'll have a decent, sex life at first, and then you'll get tired of it. You'll become miserable, bitter, and then, you pretty much will just do what it takes to survive until hopefully something changes, or maybe nothing may change, and this is just going to be what it'll be. So that's option number 4. And option number 5 is the absolute worst. This is the one where you have completely given up. You may have gotten a substance abuse addiction. or a sex addiction. You may have caught a disease that you cannot get rid of, and you are as insecure as you possibly really can be. You don't feel good about yourself. You've allowed the world to pretty much make you the statistic that we all have been condemned to live by religion and mainstream society. So you could be homeless at some point. You could be forgotten about because family may have also abandoned you, and you didn't love yourself enough to not abandon yourself. So you can end up something or somebody who becomes a very much so statistic and doesn't really have much of a life, but they're just still existing, okay? And that can look all different kind of ways with your living situation, etc. But you'll 9 times out of 10 be in the lower tier of life, you know? So hopefully something can come around and help that kind of person, but 9 times out of 10 they don't, and they end up dying in those situations at the bottom where nobody cared about them. And this is the part where I wish this on none of us. I don't wish this on any of us, okay? So this is why I preach to us to love ourselves and care about ourselves enough to know that we have to stand up for ourselves if nobody else is going to. And you are still important regardless of what has ever happened to you. Whoever has dissed you, belittled you, told you wasn't good enough, or that you were less of a man, it's not true. It's all an illusion. And that regardless, you are worthwhile, for real. So those are pretty much, to sum it up, what it'll be like. So what, at this point, you want to look at it as, where am I at? What is my lifestyle that I'm living currently? What, out of those 5 options, where am I most likely headed at this point in my life and what I'm doing and the decisions that I'm making? Okay? So if you want to end up in the first 2 options, you need to love yourself, or really just the first option, okay? The second option and down is pretty much not a healthy lifestyle, because even if you are single and you have the Gunko package, meaning that you are single, but you got yourself together. You know, you've worked hard to not be a statistic and not be what you've been through. So you don't look like what you've been through, and that's a great thing. However, a lot of guys end up in that package from thinking that they can just sleep around with all these different people, not take life serious, and they bullshit off a lot of time and people, thinking that they have unlimited time to do whatever they want to do eventually. And they look up, they become 35, 40 years old, and they're just like, oh my God, now I do want to settle down. Now I do want what I rejected when I was 25. Because I thought I was too young, and I thought I was hot shit, and I was supposed to just be having fun. And that's how they usually get there. So that's the reason why I be saying you want to learn this earlier than later. Because waiting and thinking that you have time, taking time for granted, God will show you. I'm trying to tell you, He will show you what's up on that. God don't give us no years to waste. Don't ever think that you're too young. Don't let nobody call you a baby. They used to say the same shit to me when I was like 21, 22. Oh, you a baby. What you talking about being in a relationship? Or what you relationship oriented, which I wasn't, you know, as much as I am now. I didn't really become this way until like past 25. But you got dudes who are still doing this hookup culture, free willy-nilly, whatever, being reckless up until they 35, 40, or really until they looks start dropping. And then that's when they want to start talking about settling down. And no, y'all got life messed up doing that. Y'all going to end up single for indefinitely, and you could likely hit a depression that causes you to not be able to function. Like when you sit up and realize finally, like, oh my God, this is a meaningless lifestyle. If I'm not going to have anybody to like share it with, and you know, like, it takes away a lot of your humanism, you know. So I just want to say that be aware of what you're doing. Whatever you're doing now, make sure that it aligns with how you want to end up. So let me know what y'all think on that. Hit them comments up, like this video. Hey, y'all know exactly what it is. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.
No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say. No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say.